That's exciting. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, yeah, man, I'm super excited to have you here. So I want to kind of jump right into it here. I'm going to be asking you just a few questions. I want people to really understand the of your story. So when, because it seems like every successful person out there kind of has this like moment in time where they decide to take on that journey and take on that path of going from just an ordinary person to extraordinary, right? So what was that moment for you? Can you kind of take us back to that?
All right. So for me, I think the main thing was family. You know, so my kids are born. They're small. I've got an 8-year-old son, which is my eldest, and I've got a 6-year-old daughter. 6 year going on 16, guys. It's crazy. So she's 6 years old. She's just all over the place. She's yeah. But for me, it's been them. So yeah, most of my time I was stuck in a corporate gig, which was real estate. And I mean, I've done a lot of things prior to that, but mostly what wanted me to get out was the fact that I had my own business in the corporate. I was my own boss. I had like 20 people working for me, but I couldn't choose my time. I couldn't choose my time. I had to be there for 7 days, 7 days a week. And, that for me was a turning point. I needed to do something to drastically change that because I saw my kids literally for like an hour a day. And that was it. Yeah. You still there?
Oh, you cut out there for a second. So you were saying that you were in the corporate job, and so what was going on when you were inside of the corporate job?
Okay. So I own a business, a real estate business, which is my own business. And I had like 20 people working for me. And I needed to be there all the time. Every single day, I needed to be there. And in South Africa, the real estate industry is required 7 days a week, you know, Monday to Sunday and again Monday to Sunday. And I would spend like 12 hours at my own business, you know. So it's like I was a boss, but I couldn't get out. So it's a little bit suffocating because, your family needs you, and you can't do anything because you have to put bread on the table. You have to pay the bills, and that for me was, I needed to change. I needed to make a drastic change there.
That makes
Make
sense.
sense?
So what was kind of your plan then? Because going from like the corporate job, like what was your plan to kind of get yourself out of that situation?
Okay, so at the time I didn't have online in mind. I didn't have anything that I'm actually finding myself involved with now. I actually had my own exit strategy. My strategy was I was gonna buy up small properties, fix them up, and then flip them, and use that to re to almost like make the same amount of money I'm making in my corporate until I can kick away my corporate. That was my plan, you know, because yeah, I come from a very hustle background. For me, you give me a street, give me an idea, I'll make money out of that. That's how I grew up all my life. So that was my exit plan. Get a cheap place, fix it up, and then flip it and do it over and over and over until I've got enough money to say, all right, I can chuck this out. So that was the plan. Well, the plan didn't work like that. So the plan had like a 360 or 180-degree change, and I had to flip that page very, very quickly. In my corporate, one of my divisions wasn't doing that well, and it took a lot of strain on the business, and it required more time from myself to actually be involved. So that plan got chucked out of the window very, very fast. Um, yeah, so I had to come up with a new plan, which basically the plan that I found myself in now actually just landed in my lap. It's actually so funny.
Isn't it kind of crazy how that happens? It seems like everything was going really, really bad. You feel like it couldn't get any worse, and then all of a sudden, some type of miracle just drops right in front of you. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah,
So,
and it's like the plans you have, it never pans out the way you plan. Have you ever had friends and you planned a super awesome weekend? You've been planning it for months and it just doesn't happen. And then you've got another set of friends. You don't have to plan anything. Somebody just says, "Boom, let's go," and it's the best weekend ever. You know, it's probably Murphy's law or something. I don't know.
Oh, maybe it's fate. So you said that you kind of like had to do like a 360 shift because it didn't work out that way. So what was that conflict that you experienced while you were going through that journey?
Um, Man, for me it was mostly money because at the time I was struggling in my business, so I needed something to really, really work. Um, I had to still run my business to survive, and I had to find something to keep my sanity intact because I was plowing everything that I have emotionally, physically, financially, even my family into this business. So I needed something to just control my sanity. And the funny thing is, we actually got involved in the cryptocurrency space, and this is why I say it was by pure accident. And you'll see later why what I'm doing today and why I say it's an accident, because from real estate into cryptocurrency, my wife is a software engineer by trade, and she took one of my business credit cards one day and she bought 4 Bitcoin. And I didn't at the time know what it was. I didn't know, I'm not the technical kind of person, so I didn't know what it was. I just saw the money is gone from my credit card. And that's where the shift came. She started learning, teaching me about this cryptocurrency space and how to use it and how to monetize it. And we actually started making money with it. And like I said earlier, just show me something that I can monetize. Give me everything I need to do, and I'll figure it out how to make money in the space. And that's what I did. I just jumped on it. I looked at the industry. I sort of like seen what's happening, and like anybody that want to enter into business will know that a business is just somebody finding a solution to a problem, attaching a figure amount in there, and boom, you've got a business. So all I had to do is find a problem in this whole industry and how to solve that problem. And that's how I started monetizing on the Bitcoin experience. Did you get that?
Little bit. So you said that it's your wife, so she's really the one that kind of taught you how, like, what Bitcoin was and how to monetize it and all of that.
Yeah, yeah. In a nutshell.
That's awesome. Well, tell your wife I said thank you. That's
I
super
will.
awesome.
I will.
So, in your own words, how do you feel this experience kind of transformed you, kind of personally and your life?
Well, for me, the lesson that I learned was simple. Never give up on new things. You grow up, we get older every day. I know we're still young. You look quite young. So, but never give up on new things. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But it depends on the tricks. If the trick is motivation enough, I'm sure the dog will jump up if there's a bone there at the end. You know. So for me, the lesson in there was, if you really want to do it, do it. If you really have to do it, then you should do it. All right. So I was basically I was forced to do it because I had to. It was either that, or I'm stuck for the next 10 years in my corporate, and my kids grow up in front of me and not knowing who I am. So for me, it was learning the new things. And I must say, I'm actually a fast learner, because this thing really interested me. Um, and it just took my whole being over. The moment it clicked, when you have that light bulb moment in your mind, okay, oh, now it's like it's clear as daylight. When that happened to me, I could actually see the industry inside, and I could see the problems in the industry, and I could now sit back and look at solutions trying to fix certain problems. And boom, the moment you come up with a solution in a problem, what do you have? You have a business, you know? And that's what we started doing. We started looking around and seeing, what, people do not understand this thing. I didn't understand it, but I do now. So if people don't understand it, but the whole world is going cryptocurrency, blockchain, then how are we going to make them understand? And boom, that's where the new challenge came in. It really shifted my mind like 5 months, 6 months ago. Um, and that's where Black Ops came in. Black Ops literally was the engine. Ah, super awesome. So Black Ops was the engine to switch on that light bulb in my mind, to flip that switch. I remember my mentor always saying, one of my mentors always saying, find the secret sauce. Find the secret sauce. And I haven't been in Black Ops for that long. I've been there for a few months, and I didn't know anything about online before Black Ops. Nothing. Nothing. If you told me that waking up in 2019 at the beginning of the year that you will be building online stuff, you know, I would have laughed in your face because online alone wasn't in here. So finding my own secret source and just listening. I'm like the child sitting in the back of the class. Takes me much longer to grasp what's going on, especially if it's in the maths class. But when the light goes on, the light goes on. When you learn to drive, you learn to drive. Nobody can unlearn you or unteach you to drive. So my secret sauce in Black Ops was that moment, figuring out how to take this problem online, how to find a solution, bring them together, and how do I package this to the market. And that for me has been the best thing of my life. I mean, I'm sitting in my bed right now. Just before we jumped up, I had another $1,000 day just like 10 minutes ago. And when I
What?
jump off this
How
call,
exciting! Congratulations.
thank you. And when I get off this call, I'm going to close another $1,000 deal because the market responds positively. The market responds positively the way you put it out there. And I mean, I've been fortunate enough to be able to learn first time, first time online tips, tricks, what to do, what not to do. I didn't have mentors before this online. I had one mentor, two mentors in the same Black Ops for the first time. So that I could count it actually I count it as a blessing because I didn't have to go make mistakes online first. I could learn from the right channels, apply it, put it in my whole product, my package, and let it out to the world.
That's
And
awesome.
that's
I
a
love
cool thing
that.
about it. That's an awesome thing about it.
So I know this question is going to come up from people asking. So you said that you feel fortunate enough to have found Black Ops because you feel like you got the right training. So have you seen a lot of people out there then where it seems like they have to go through mistake after mistake after mistake before they actually find the right training?
Yeah, yeah, especially in South Africa or in the African market. Um, there's a lot of scams out there, and there's a lot of people that would sell you anything online. They would take your money and they will run. You'll get nothing, you know. So it's just how you align yourself with the right people. There's a saying that says, "Show me your friends, and I will show you your future." Okay, so that for me was is I always look at that. Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Future. Show me the people you hang around, and I'll show you what you're gonna become. Show me your dream chart. Your little vision board. Then I'll show you what you will achieve in life. And for me, it's been that. You know, I was fortunate enough to have met two of my friends, which is Aston and Sevi, online to point me in that direction. And unfortunately, there's many people that don't get that opportunity. They browse on Facebook, they see the first ad that they find, they pay $1,000, and boom, the people disappear. I had somebody today just contacting me in the cryptocurrency space. He's lost so lot of money, but he's willing to give it one last chance. So I'm asking, but why? And he believes that he hasn't found the right person yet. So he knows he made mistakes. He knows he tested the wrong products or the wrong mentors or the wrong companies, but he still got that last little bit of hope that the right one will come. And I think that's the thing that inside, when you get it, you just know that this is it. Because you see, in Black Ops, it's not about the company or the product or, even about the money. It's not even about the money. It's about how this thing gets shifted. I say a lot of time, my mentor, he if I could use the word F, man, he F's up your mind. He crumbles it and then he puts it back together again, you know. But that's good because that's what you need. You need to unlearn all the garbage and you need to get the right steps in place. And then, boom, you see things start making more sense. You know, you start making more sense when you talk. All of a sudden, you talk better. You sound better. You're more confident. You know, you talk about things more like it's already in existence. You know, so that for me has been an awesome journey. And like you said, it is unfortunate not everybody gets that opportunity. You know, to get it the first time. I just think I'm blessed, man. I think
I
somebody
love
out there
that.
loves me a little bit more.
Just a little bit, right? No, but I know that you've gone through your fair share of struggles as well, and I probably feel like that's probably why you did get it your first time, because you already knew that business was hard and it was going to be difficult, so you were willing to go all in and you were coachable. So I think that's super, super awesome. So really cool, before we jump off, like, what's one piece of advice or information that you would like to give the people here before we jump off?
Hmm. Now it sounds like I'm Dr. Phil giving advice. Guys, anyways, let me just say this. Whatever you want to achieve, just go and do it. Just go and do it. You know, um, like you just said, I've had my fair share of ups and downs. I have my fair shares of trials and making it victories. And then I was slumming back to the bottom and I had to climb up. So I know what it is to start something and let it fall again and start from scratch and let it fall. But this is a one thing. If you never start, you will never ever get to where you want to be. All right? Falling is not the problem. It's how you fall. If you can fall and you fall forward, that is a good fall. You know, failing in your business is not a problem, but learning from that failure and applying what you've learned in the next venture, that's the win in every venture that you take on. So if you've never tried something, you've got at least 3 times to fail, guys. So start failing now before you get to your success. Nobody starts boom and then success hits here. It's a tough journey, but as long as you love what you're doing, the journey, you won't feel the toughness. You'll just feel the learning lessons that comes with it. So if you want to start something, guys, start tonight, start today. It's day where you are, it's night where I am. So just start. Use the word start and press that green button and get your dreams, man. Follow through, make it work. Give yourself a few months, fail a little bit, you'll be sorted out.
I love it. You heard it from the man himself. So, guys, if you have a dream, if you have a desire, just don't give up on it, right? You need to really just focus on what it is that you truly want and go towards it every day, no matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how frustrating it might be in that moment. As long as you have this vision in mind, you can achieve it. I mean, Bradley's proof, I'm proof, where there's so many different students inside of our program that are proof of this. So just do it, right? Take action, continue to stay consistent, and just go for it. All right, anything else you want to share with them before we hop off, man?
Ah man, I just love the show, man. Guys, you gotta give her all the credit. She's got so much energy. It's difficult to come onto a chat with her and you're like very soft and slow. You know, the moment you listen to Daysha, it's like boom, you need to step up, boy. Step up, man. Daysha, thank you so much. I love your lives. I enjoy your lives. I love your positivity. And keep it up, man. Keep it up. You are changing a lot of people's lives. Mine is included in there. So thank you so much. I do appreciate it.
Hey, man, your story is
And thanks
changing
for
my
having me
life
on
as
the
well.
show.
Thank you. Hey, yes, thank you. And congratulations again on a $1,000 day, hopefully $2,000 day. And keep rocking,
Oh,
man.
yes, definitely. Thank you. Ciao.
You're welcome. Bye now.